Welcome to my channel, Hotspot with Loveth, the ultimate spot for all things entertainment, ranging from celebrity gists, reviews, interesting stories, and African folktales. Subscribe now. Emily and Lily met on the first day of their university life. They were coursemates, and it was the rhyme of their names that first caught their attention. The moment Emily introduced herself to the class, Lily turned, smiling brightly. "Hi, I'm Lily." From that day onwards, they were inseparable. Their friendship blossomed quickly, built on shared interests, dreams, and endless late-night conversations. Emily, with her vivacious personality, often drew Lily out of her introverted shell. Meanwhile, Lily's calm and composed nature balanced Emily's exuberance. Together, they formed a bond that was the envy of many. When they graduated, they decided to put their heads together and start a business. Their shared love for food and hospitality led them to open a fast food restaurant they named Just a Bite. It wasn't just a business, it was a manifestation of their shared dreams. The restaurant quickly gained popularity, known for its delicious offerings and the warmth of its owners. One sunny afternoon, Emily was preparing to attend a networking event. She invited Lily to join her, but Lily, feeling slightly under the weather, preferred to stay at home and rest. "You go ahead, Emily. Bring back some good contacts for us," she said with a tired smile. At the event, Emily's laughter and carefreeness drew many to her, but one person stood out, David MAURICE. They sat next to each other during a panel discussion, and soon their conversation flowed effortlessly. David was captivated by Emily's energy, and Emily found herself admiring his composure and intelligence. They exchanged contacts, and Emily returned home brimming with excitement. That evening, Emily burst through the door, barely containing her excitement. "Lily, I have found my husband," she exclaimed. Lily laughed, thinking it was one of Emily's dramatic moments, but Emily was serious. She described David in glowing terms, predicting that he was the one for her. Lily laughed and called her crazy, but she loved seeing her friend happy. While Emily and David continued to communicate, Emily often dodged Lily's request to see a picture of him, wanting to build the suspense. 2 months later, Emily had traveled to the east to visit her parents, leaving Lily to manage the restaurant. One busy afternoon, David walked into Just a Bite. Lily, as she often did, was helping the staff serve customers. David, impressed by her humility and charm, struck up a conversation and discovered that she co-owned the place. He asked for her contact, and they two began communicating regularly. When Emily returned, Lily shared her own exciting news. She had met someone she was falling for. She described him as sweet, cute, and someone she saw a future with. Emily, curious, asked for details, but Lily, like Emily before, kept them vague, saying it was a surprise. Months passed, and both Emily and Lily found themselves increasingly enamored with David, each cherishing their private interactions with him. Unknown to them, they were speaking about the same man. Emily often gushed about David to Lily, describing his intelligence and charm, while Lily too shared her admiration for her mysterious man, keeping his identity a surprise. One sunny afternoon, David decided to visit Just a Bite again, craving not just the food, but also the pleasant interaction he had experienced the last time. As he walked in, the familiar scent of fried delicacies and cheerful ambience welcomed him. He looked around and spotted Lily giving directions to her staff. His face lit up and he called her out. "Lily," David called, waving. Lily looked up and smiled, her heart skipping a beat. She walked over to David, giving him a warm hug. "David, it's so good to see you," she exclaimed. As they embraced, Emily walked in from the back. She froze mid-step, her eyes widening in shock at the sight of David and Lily together. "David, what are you doing here?" Emily asked, trying to mask her surprise and confusion. David, equally surprised, turned to face Emily. "Emily, wow, what a surprise. I just came in here to grab a meal." He then glanced between the both women, noticing the tension in the air. "Wait, you two know each other?" Lily nodded, her smile faltering slightly. "Yes, David, Emily and I are best friends and business partners." David's eyes widened in realization. Oh my, what a small world. The three of them shared a strained laugh, trying to make light the situation. They chatted briefly, with Emily and Lily attempting to maintain their composure. After a few awkward minutes, they called a waiter to serve David and returned to their duties, each lost in their own thoughts. Later that evening, back at their shared apartment, the tension between Emily and Lily was palpable. They moved around each other in silence, both unsure how to address the situation. Finally, Emily couldn't hold it any longer. "Who is David to you?" Emily demanded, her voice a mixture of anger and hurt. Lily was taken aback by Emily's tone, took a deep breath. "David is the man I've been telling you about, the one I've been falling for." Realization dawned on Emily and she felt a pang of betrayal. "So we've been talking about the same guy all this time?" "I didn't know that. Emily, I didn't know you were talking about David." Emily's face flashed with anger. "Look, I know I hid his identity and all of that, but I met David first. He is mine. You need to stay away from him." Lily's expression hardened. "Emily, that's not fair. We both met him independently and he hasn't committed to either of us." Emily clenched her fist, her voice rising. "I don't care. I met him first and I've been building something with him. You need to back off." Lily stood her ground, her own anger surfacing. "Emily, you just can't claim him like a possession. He has a choice in this too." The argument escalated, each standing firm in her belief. The revelation of their mutual affection for David had driven a wedge between them, creating a chasm that seemed insurmountable. For the first time in their friendship, they found themselves at an impasse, unable to see eye to eye. The next few days were filled with strained silence and cold shoulders. They barely spoke, each lost in their own thoughts and feelings of betrayal. The cheerful atmosphere of their home turned sober, and the joy they once shared seemed a distant memory. One evening, as they sat in the living room, the silence was broken by Lily. "Emily, we can't go on like this. Our friendship means too much to me." Emily looked up, her eyes still holding a trace of anger. "So what do you suggest?" Lily sighed, gathering her thoughts. "I don't know, but we need to find a way to deal with this. Maybe we should both step back from David and see what happens." Emily shook her head, her voice softer but firm. "I can't do that, Lily. I really believe he's the one for me." Lily took a deep breath. "Look, we've been best friends for years. We've built a life together, a business, a home. We can't let a man come between us. It's not worth it." Emily's eyes softened, but she still looked conflicted. "Lily, I understand, but I really feel like David is the one for me. I've never felt this way about anyone before." Lily nodded, her own feelings mirrored in Emily's words. "I know, and I feel the same way. But what if we make a pact? Let's both stay friends with David for now. If he shows romantic interest in either of us, the other will back down. We both can't have him and we shouldn't let this ruin what we have." Emily hesitated, her heart turned. "It's just, I don't want to lose him, Lily." "You won't lose him," Lily reassured. "If he is meant to be with you, then he will choose you. Then I'll step aside. We have to trust that everything will work out as it should." After a long pause, Emily reluctantly agreed. "Okay, let's do that. Our friendship is more important than any guy, but I still feel he's my husband." Lily smiled. "And if he is, I'll be the first to congratulate you. Let's not let this come between us. We've been through too much together." They hugged tightly, the tension between them easing as they reaffirmed their bond. It was a difficult arrangement, but it was necessary to preserve the friendship that had been their foundation for so long. They both knew the coming days would be challenging, but they were determined to face them together, their unbreakable bond leading the way. Weeks passed, and the tension between Emily and Lily gradually eased as they honored their agreement. They continued to manage just a bite together. Emily and Lily maintained their individual friendships with David, but the situation weighed heavily on them. One evening, as Emily was closing the restaurant, her phone buzzed with a message from David. He wanted to meet and talk. Emily's heart raced as she headed to the small park where they had agreed to meet. When she arrived, she saw David standing by a bench, looking pensive. She approached him and he greeted her with a warm smile. "Emily, I've been thinking a lot lately," David began, his eyes searching hers. Emily's heart pounded in her chest. "About what?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "About us, about how I enjoy spending time with you, how your energy and joy light up my days," David said, taking her hands in his. "I've realized I have strong feelings for you, Emily. I care about you deeply." Emily's breath caught in her throat. "David, I feel the same way," she whispered, her eyes welling up with tears of happiness. They embraced, and at that moment, Emily felt a rush of joy and relief. But As she walked home, her thoughts turned to Lily. How would she break the news to her best friend? Back at the apartment, Emily found Lily reading on the couch. She took a deep breath and sat next to her. Lily, I need to tell you something, she began cautiously. Lily looked up, sensing the importance of the moment. What is this, Emily? David confessed his feelings for me tonight, Emily said, watching Lily's reaction closely. Lily's face went through a range of emotions: surprise, hurt, and then acceptance. She took a deep breath, her resolve firm. I'm happy for you, Emily. Truly, we made a promise and I intend to keep it. Tears filled Emily's eyes. Lily, I know this must be hard for you, but thank you for being an amazing friend. I love you and I truly wish we were not in this situation. Lily smiled softly, though her eyes were sad. It's okay, I always knew it was a possibility. I'm just glad he chose one of us and that our friendship remains intact. Despite the initial awkwardness, Lily kept her promise, crushing her own hopes for a relationship with David. She threw herself into work and other interests, finding solace in the fact that her best friend was happy. Over time, the pain of unfulfilled love faded, replaced by a genuine happiness for Emily and David's relationship. Their friendship, though tested, remained stronger and more resilient. Lily found comfort in her decision, knowing that true friendship sometimes meant putting others' happiness before one's own. She was happy for Emily, even if it meant letting go of her own dreams, because their bond was and always would be unbreakable. The engagement dinner for Emily and David was a grand affair, held at Just a Bite restaurant. Friends and family gathered to celebrate the couple's love, their joy palpable in the festive atmosphere. Amidst the laughter and clinking glasses, Lily found herself mingling with guests, being genuinely happy for her friend. As the evening progressed, David introduced his best friend Anthony to the crowd. Tall, with an easy smile and a confident demeanor, Anthony commanded attention effortlessly. He moved through the room, chatting with guests and offering congratulations to Emily and David. When his eyes met Lily's across the room, he felt an inexplicable pull. Throughout the evening, Anthony kept an eye on Lily. Her calm demeanor and quiet strength intrigued him. He admired how she interacted with others, her genuine interest in their conversations evident. As the night wore on, he found an opportunity to approach her. Hi, I'm Anthony, he said, extending his hand with a warm smile. Lily looked up, momentarily taken aback by his presence. She composed herself and she shook his hand. David already introduced you. Nice to meet you, Anthony. I'm Lily. I've heard a lot about you from David, Anthony began. Emily and David speak very highly of you. Lily smiled, a hint of shyness in her eyes. Really? They're wonderful people. I'm very happy for them. Anthony nodded, sensing a depth to her words. You seem like a very grounded person. I'd love to get to know you better. By the end of the evening, Anthony had secured Lily's contact information, determined to explore the connection he felt. Over the next few weeks, they began spending more time together. Anthony's straightforwardness and charm were refreshing to Lily, a stark contrast to the emotional complexities she had recently navigated. Their first few outings were casual: coffee dates, walks in the park, and dinners at cozy restaurants. Lily found herself drawn to Anthony's honesty and the ease with which he communicated. He made her laugh and feel appreciated in ways she hadn't expected in a long time. One sunny afternoon, they found themselves sitting on a bench in the park, watching children play and enjoying the serenity of the moment. Anthony turned to Lily, his eyes sincere. Lily, I've really enjoyed getting to know you. You're an incredible person, and I would like to take this to the next level. Will you go out with me officially? Lily's heart fluttered. The simplicity and sincerity of his words touched her deeply. She smiled, feeling a warmth she hadn't felt in a long while. Yes, Anthony, I'd love to, she replied. As their relationship blossomed, Lily found herself falling for Anthony. His presence in her life was a breath of fresh air, bringing with it a sense of security and joy. They explored new places together, shared their dreams and fears, and grew closer with each passing day. Anthony was attentive and supportive, always encouraging Lily in her endeavors. He admired her dedication to Just a Bite and often visited the restaurant, becoming a familiar and welcome face among the staff. His enthusiasm for life matched hers, and they found a comfortable rhythm in their relationship. One evening, as they walked along the beach, the sun setting in a blaze of colors, Anthony took Lily's hand. Lily, I've fallen head over heels for you. You've brought so much happiness into my life, and I can't imagine it without you. Lily felt tears of joy welling up in her eyes. Anthony, I feel the same way. You've been a blessing, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Their connection was genuine and profound, built on mutual respect and admiration. Emily and David were thrilled for Lily, their joy evident in their smiles and words of encouragement. The two couples often spend time together, their friendships intertwined in a beautiful tapestry of love and support. As Emily and David's wedding approached, Anthony and Lily's relationship continued to flourish. They talked about the future, their dreams aligning in a way that felt natural and effortless. Anthony's straightforward approach to life complemented Lily's calm and thoughtful nature, creating a harmonious balance. On the day of Emily and David's wedding, as they watched their best friends exchange vows, Lily and Anthony, who were the best man and maid of honor, shared a knowing look. Their journey had been unexpected, but it had led them to a place of happiness and love. They held hands, feeling grateful for the twists and turns that brought them together. Months rolled by in a blur of shared moments and deepening connections. Lily and Anthony's relationship had blossomed into something truly beautiful, grounded in mutual respect and genuine affection. They were inseparable, their bond growing stronger with every passing day. One evening, Anthony decided it was time to take the next step. He meticulously planned a surprise for Lily, choosing a serene lakeside spot where they often walked and talked about their dreams. Under the golden hues of the setting sun, Anthony led Lily to a secluded spot adorned with fairy lights and soft music playing in the background. "Lily," Anthony began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "From the moment I met you, I knew you were special. Your strength, kindness, and the way you see the world have changed my life in ways I can't even begin to describe. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, making memories and building our dreams together. Will you marry me?" Lily's eyes filled with tears as she looked at Anthony, her heart overflowing with love and joy. "Yes, Anthony, 1,000 times yes." Their engagement was a cause for celebration, and they couldn't wait to share the news with Emily and David. An engagement dinner was planned, bringing together friends and family to celebrate this joyous occasion. The evening of engagement dinner was magical. The restaurant was filled with the sounds of laughter, clinking glasses, and heartfelt toasts. Emily and David, now a happily married couple themselves, were overjoyed for their friends. They took turns sharing stories about their journey, the challenges they had overcome, and the unbreakable bond that had brought them all to this point. Emily raised her glass, her eyes sparkling with happiness. "To Lily and Anthony," she began, her voice carrying the weight of their shared history. "Your love story is a testament to patience, serendipity, and the power of true connection. We celebrate not just your union, but the beautiful friendships that have intertwined our lives." David chimed in, his smile wide. "Here's to the twist of fate that brought us together and to the many adventures ahead. May our bonds of friendship and love continue to grow stronger with each passing day." As glasses clinked and cheers filled the air, Lily and Anthony looked around the room, their hearts full. They had found love in the most unexpected of places, and their journey had been enriched by the friendships that had guided them. Emily and Lily's story had turned into one of love and serendipity. Their deep friendship had been tested, but in the end, they both found love, not with the same man, but with best friends who valued their bond just as much. Their journey was a beautiful tapestry of shared dreams and unwavering support. As the evening drew to a close, the four friends stood together, their arms around each other, gazing out at the night sky. They knew their journey was just beginning, with their unshakable bond leading them forward into a future full of promise and happiness. Lily turned to Emily, her eyes shining. "Thank you for always being there, for believing in our friendship even when things were tough." Emily smiled, hugging her tightly. "Always, Lily. We're in this together no matter what." Anthony and David exchanged a knowing look, their hearts full of gratitude for the incredible women they had fallen in love with. The future was bright and they were ready to face it hand in hand, their lives intertwined by love and friendship.